Hi everyone, Stretching with Min here today. We're focusing on the lower half, so stretching the calves and mobilizing the feet. We get stuck in the same position at our desks all day. You might cross your knees or your ankles, or the feet might be flat on the floor, just under your desk. But in staying in that one position, it seizes up the body. And in seizing up of the lower half of the body, if it doesn't move around a lot, the blood will pool in the calves and in the ankles. And in the blood pooling, the calves, the ankles and the feet might tend to swell. So sometimes that happens by the end of the day. So if you mobilize the feet and stretch out the calves, that will get the blood pumping. In getting the blood pumping, there'll be minimal swelling, which will be lovely. It'll also help with the circulation of the feet and the body, and it also keep those toes a little warmer going into winter. Let's get started in saying that for me, guys. We're going to start using a chair. So bring your chair out. You can leave your shoes on. I'm going to take my shoes off for the first handful of exercises. I just find that I can mobilize through my feet a little better. And then we'll pop the shoes back on to stretch out the calves. So sitting on your chair, you can sit into the backrest of your chair, or you can sit up further forward. Hands are on the knees or on the side of the chair, wherever you're comfy. Stay lifted out of the hips. Zip up your skinny jeans, your shoulders are relaxed. Feet are parallel to each other and level, yeah? So one foot isn't further forward than the other. Just starting working both legs together. Breathing normally, we lift the heels. Breathing normally, drop the heels and pull the toes away from the floor. Breath in, breath out. I don't mind as long as we don't hold our breath. So we're just looking, seeing what we feel. One side might feel tighter than the other, and that's perfectly normal. Breath in and out. Let's go for 3 more. Lifting the heels, a calf raise, pulling the toes back. So one side, again, might feel tighter than the other, and for me, my left side is definitely tighter than the right. Might be the other side for you. Last time here, we lift and lower, lift the toes, bring it back. So my left side is tighter. I'm going to start with the left side. I'm going to take a little step forward with that left leg. I'm going to find a little more movement, a little more pull back. Breath in, can you lift the heel? It might not lift high. Breath out, can you lift the toes? So a pointing action and then a flexing action. We're going to do this a couple of times. Just breathing normally. So don't lean into the support side. Don't sink into the right hip as you go through the process of lifting the heel and lowering the heel on the left. Lovely work. Let's go for 3 more here. Breath in and out. So find your own pace. Last 2. Lovely. Last 1. Lift. Drop the heel and lift the toe. Bring the toe down. I'm going to slide my left leg back. So both feet are level. I'm going to keep the right leg here where it started. Breath in and out. Lift the heel. And then we lift the ball of the foot. Again, lifting the heel, dropping the heel, lifting the toes. Lovely work. Continue with this for me, guys, yeah? 5 more here. So if you find that you don't have a lot of range here with the leg at 90 degrees at the knee, you might like to slide the right leg a little further forward as well. Remember, the further forward you slide the leg, the more movement you will find in that pull back. 1 more here. We point, lift the heel, drop the heel and flex and relax. Just a little jog on the spot. Just release any tension anywhere. So sitting tall, still in the seat. We've done our rolling, so now we're going to point and flex. We're going to find a stretch through the calves. I like to have my knees together. I like my shoulders to melt. My tummy is switched on, so you're lifted out of the hips, hands wherever are comfy. Point the right leg out, so you've kicked the right leg out. Breath in, can you point the toes? Breath out, can you flex the heel? Breath in, you point. Breath out, you flex. So continue with this for me, guys. Lengthen, reach the toes to the far wall, and then press the heel to the far wall. The focus is on pushing the heel more so than pulling the toes back. The toes need to reach forward, but then the heel needs to slide forward, yeah? That gives you that lovely stretch through the lower half of the calf, maybe into the heel, into the Achilles tendon. Last time here, we flex, bring the right leg down. You might get a little work in the quad, and that's okay. Keep the knees together, stay lifted out of the hips, shoulders melt again, kicking the left leg out. You point and flex. Breath in and a breath out. Again, don't focus on pulling the toes back to get a little more stretch. See if the heel could reach the far wall just as much as when the toe reaches the far wall. So the point, we get a stretch through the top of the foot. The flex, you get the stretch through the back of the calf. There are 2 more here. We point and flex. 1 more here, we point and flex, bring the leg back down. Again, a little adjustment, keep the legs together, keep the torso on, shoulders melt, kicking the right leg out. Keep the legs together, so you want the leg to stay stable. We've got circles from the ankles. Let's go for 8, 7, 6. So you want a nice smooth circle action as best you can through that ankle. Last circle here, reverse your circles again for 8. So one direction is always a little easier than the other. Don't let the knees pull apart. Keep those knees pressing in together. So we're trying to isolate into the ankle as best we can. 3 more, 2 more, last 1, bring the leg down. A little shift of weight over, stay lifted out of the hips, kicking the left leg forward, we circle again. Truly doesn't matter which way we circle. So for me, again, this is my dodgy side. So the articulation through my foot is not that good. But the more you do, the easier it becomes and the smoother that movement becomes. Last 2 circles. Last 1, nice. Reverse your circles for 8. 4, 7, squeeze those knees together. 4 more, 3, 2, and 1 for me, guys. Bring the legs down. Lovely work. Again, a little prance through the legs if you need. So we've rolled through the feet, we've pointed and flexed. So now we're going to massage the sole of our foot. Bending the right knee, place the right ankle on the left knee. A fist with the left hand. I'm just going to swivel side on so you can see. Right hand is behind the foot for support and left hand is in the fist, and the fist starts at the ankle or at the heel. Rolling or pressing the fingers or the knuckles through the sole of the foot as you slide the knuckles to the ball of the foot and slide the knuckles back down. So aiming for the big toe to begin with. And then 2 or 3 times through that metatarsal, through that toe, and then we aim for the second metatarsal, the second toe. The more you press, the less tickle you might find. You might find some lumps and bumps as well, aiming for the middle toe. So the right hand is behind the foot to give that foot support so the foot doesn't flap around as you press into the ball of the foot. Aiming for the second last toe. So aiming for 2 or 3 slides each toe, and then the baby toe, the pinky toe. So you might find one spot a little more tender, a little tighter than the other. Lovely. Once you've done that, rolling through the foot, keeping that right foot on the left knee. Hold on to the ankle. You want to stabilize the ankle as best you can, so no movement from the ankle up. You want to cradle the ball of the foot with the left hand. Breathing normally, breath in and out. Try and push the little toe away from the knee. Try and push the big toe a little closer to the knee. Might get a stretch through the side of the shin. So that's your inversion, yeah? Breath in and out. Can you find an aversion? Little toe pushes closer to the knee and big toe pushes away. So finding the stretch through the inside of the ankle. 1 more each way. Let the little toe push away. Let the big toe push away. You might get a stretch just on one of these positions. You might not get a stretch in any of these positions. Lovely. Give those toes a quick little wriggle. And then let's swap legs. Same on the other side. So ankle, left ankle on the right knee. Hold that ankle nice and firm. Cradle the back of that left foot with the left hand. Fist here on the right, starting at the heel, rolling through to the big toe and back down. So sliding the knuckles up and down 2 or 3 times through each of the metatarsals, aiming for each of the toes. And as always, you might find one spot a little more tender than the other. You might find one leg just super easy to go through and the other leg is really tight and really sore. You place as much pressure through the soles of the feet as works for you. And a little toe for me here, rolling through. So massaging out through the soles of the feet. We wear some amazing shoes, and the amazing shoes are quite rigid and firm through the soles, which gives the soles of our feet support. The muscles get support, which is great, but then it seizes them up. They don't articulate as well as what they could then, because they're not allowed to move because of the sole of the shoe. So if we can massage that foot out, it's always a nice thing for that foot. Holding onto the foot, keeping the ankle nice and stable. Let the little toe push towards the knee, and then let the big toe push towards the knee. So here I get more of a stretch when I push the big toe in. It's the dodgy side again. So little toe pushes to the knee, let the big toe pull away, and then big toe presses in, little toe pushes away. Lovely work. Give those toes a little wriggle, and then place the leg back down. Let's grab our shoes for me, guys. Shoes go back on. So we're going to do 2 calf stretches, leaning up against a wall. You want a nice, good, sturdy wall, so you can press your body weight into the wall to find a nice stretch. Alrighty, shoes on, because you don't need to go slip sliding with just socks on. Perfect. So let's place the chair away. Coming up against the wall. Hands are on the wall, legs are back. We're good? You're comfy. Don't leave the bottom back. You want to find a little length through that lower half. Right leg steps forward. So you find where you need to be. Might need to bring the left leg a little closer. So the toes of the right foot are up against the wall. The heel of the right foot bends down into the floor. Looking to the wall, hands are on the wall. And as you breathe, just bring the chest a little closer to the wall. So not leaving the tail behind, so a straight line from the base of the head all the way through to the tail, and then from the tail all the way through to the heel. Finding a stretch through the right calf, so anywhere from the back of the knee down to the heel. Last breath here, and just release. So we're aiming for 6 to 8 breaths. A little adjustment, sometimes the ankle slides out from underneath you, leaning back into the wall. Don't leave your tail behind, bring the hips forward with you as well. And now this time, as you breathe out, can you press a little more through the little toe side? So the heel still stays down, the little toe definitely presses into the wall, and the big toe might just even lift a little bit away from the wall. Here we find a stretch a little bit more through the outside of the shin, still coming up through towards the back of the knee. Next breath out, just bring the leg back to the middle, and then again a little adjustment if you need. Draw the tummy in, leaning forward again. Keep that heel bedding down into the floor, and this time can you roll towards the big toe side of the foot. So now the little toe might lift away from the wall. Not much to really see here, but you should find the change in the angle of the stretch. From the heel, it would come up through the center of the calf, through towards the back of the knee, if the leg's really tight. Hold it here for 2. Last breath in and out. Bring the foot back to center and release. Let's do the same on the other side. Left leg now, the toes are up against the wall, the heel is bedding down into the floor. Don't leave the tail behind, draw the tummy in and leaning forward. And again, aiming for 6 to 8 breaths. Just breathing normally. Big deep breath in and a big long breath out. The deeper and the slower the breath can be for all your stretches, guys, the nicer, the smoother the stretch might feel. Last time here. And then just a release if you need to adjust that foot. If the ankle slid out, or slid out from underneath you. Bring the ankle a little closer to the wall, toes still bed into the wall, ankle of the left foot beds down. And now on the next breath out, a little tilt again through the foot. So pressing the little toe more into the wall, big toe might just lift away from the wall. Hold it here for another 2 breaths. Last breath in and out. Bring the leg back to the center and then just release the stretch. Again, if you need to change where that foot is, if it's slid out from under you a little, just adjust. Bring the hips forward, bring the chest forward. Keep the torso long. And now again, just a little tilt towards the big toe. Big toe definitely presses into the wall here on the left leg. Little toe on the left leg might lift away from the wall. And hold it for 4. Hold it for 3. The stretch here should come through the midline, through the middle of the shin, through to the back of the knee. Last breath in and out. Release that stretch. Bring yourself back down. Take the leg away from the wall. So now for the last stretch, guys, I can keep the hands on the wall. I like to bring the forearms onto the wall, taking a big step back with the right leg. Find where that right leg needs to be. Check the toes of the right leg are pointing towards the wall, and then take a little step forward with the left leg. So you're feeling anchored and centered. Again, you don't want to leave the bottom behind. You want to lengthen through the torso. Eyes look to the fingers. Once you've checked where your toes and feet are, look straight ahead. Shoulders and elbows are pretty much parallel to the floor. Draw the tummy in, lengthen through the spine. So now here in this position, the upper body is pressing into the wall just as much as the heel is pressing into the floor. You need to find your own little tug-of-war to find that stretch. Breath in and out. So if the heel doesn't bed down into the floor of the right leg behind you, not the issue, as long as you're finding the stretch through the right calf. Last breath in and out here. Draw the tummy in. Take a step back with the left leg. Holding here, both legs bed down to the floor. It's like a little plank position. Shoulders melt. Press, press, press the heels down. Press, press, press the torso into the wall. Last breath in and out. Take a step forward now with the right leg. Be comfortable with where you are. Draw the tummy in deep. Shoulders melt into the back pocket. Eyes look straight ahead into the wall. Be really interested in that spot in front of your nose. And press the heel down as you press the forearms into the wall. Hold it here for 3. Hold it here for 2. Last breath in and out. And a slow release. Last little bit of movement here from you guys, just starting or finishing the way we started, I should say. We are rolling, so hands are still on the wall. Draw the tummy in, lift the heels, lower the heels, and lifting the toes. Breath in and out, we lift the heels. Breath in and out, you lift the toes. So let's go for 4 more. So feet should hopefully feel a little bit looser. Might feel a little bit different though, because we are standing and we do have shoes on. So always interesting to see what you feel with shoes on, shoes off, standing and sitting. Last time here, we lift, drop the heels, lift the toes, bring the toes down, and we are done for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the stretches for the lower half of the body. If you could do them 2-3 times a day, that would be amazing. If time permits, if you remember. Hope to see you all next time. Bye for now.